Your brain is not a weak phone battery that dies when you miss breakfast. It is a survival control tower designed to work when food stops arriving. But at 16 hours, the story is more complicated than ketones turn on and your brain becomes superhuman. Let's walk through what actually happens inside your brain during a 16-hour fast. Think of your brain as an airport control tower. Every second, it has to keep thousands of flights moving. Attention, memory, mood, body temperature, hunger, heart rate, and decision-making. Food is the incoming fuel truck. When the trucks stop arriving, the tower does not shut down. It changes the fuel schedule. First, hour 0. The clock starts after your last meal. If that meal had carbohydrates, protein, and fat, your bloodstream is carrying fresh energy. Your brain does not need to panic. It is still getting glucose, the basic fuel it uses every day. Your pancreas releases insulin, and the body begins storing what it does not need immediately. This is the control tower during normal traffic. Lights are on, planes are moving, fuel trucks are still pulling up to the gate. Nothing dramatic has happened yet. But here's the first myth. Many people think fasting begins the moment they stop chewing. Biologically, it does not feel that way. For the first few hours, your brain is still living off the meal you already ate. Your metabolism is still processing delivery. Hours 1 to 4. Your digestive system is still breaking food down, and your brain is watching the bloodstream carefully. It cares about energy stability. If glucose rises too fast, insulin helps move that energy out of the blood. If glucose begins falling, the liver prepares to release stored sugar. Your brain is protected by this balancing act because unstable blood sugar can affect how you feel. This is why some people feel sleepy after a large meal and clearer after a lighter one. It is not magic. It is traffic management. When the fuel trucks arrive all at once, the runway gets crowded. Your body has to coordinate digestion, insulin, blood flow, and storage. Hours 4 to 8. This is where the quiet shift begins. The meal is no longer dominating the bloodstream. Insulin starts coming down. Your liver begins leaning more on stored glycogen, the quick access sugar reserve. For your brain, this stage is mostly about continuity. It does not suddenly switch off. It asks one question: can we keep the runway light stable? This is also where hunger can start to speak. You may feel a pull toward the kitchen, not because your brain is starving, but because it expects regular incoming fuel. Your attention may bend toward food cues. Smells become louder. Snacks look more important. The tower is not collapsing. It is scanning for the next truck. Here's the second myth. Hunger is not always an emergency signal. Sometimes it is a timing signal. If you eat at the same hour every day, your brain learns that schedule. When the expected meal does not arrive, the alarm rings. That alarm can feel powerful, but it often rises and falls like a wave. Hours 8 to 12. Now the fast becomes more noticeable. Your liver is doing more of the work to keep blood glucose steady. The brain still needs glucose, especially for cells and processes that depend on it. So the body defends that supply carefully. This is why a healthy adult can go many hours without eating and still think, speak, walk, and make decisions. But the experience is not identical for everyone. Some people feel calm and sharp. Others feel irritable, distracted, or cold. The science on short-term fasting and human cognition is not strong enough to promise that everyone gets a mental upgrade. Reviews of intermittent fasting research show that animal data often look more dramatic than short-term human cognitive results. So if you feel brilliant at hour 12, that may be real for you. If you feel foggy, that does not mean you failed. Hours 12 to 16. This is the part most people exaggerate. You will often hear that at 16 hours, your brain is suddenly running on ketones, like a clean blue flame replacing dirty gasoline. The truth is more restrained. During fasting, the body can begin moving toward a metabolic switch. Fat use increases. The liver can produce ketones from fatty acids. Ketones can serve as an important brain fuel during longer fasting, but 16 hours is still early. NIDDK notes that significant ketone increases are not expected after only 16 hours for many people. That does not mean nothing is happening. It means you should not oversell the switch. At 16 hours, your brain is more like a control tower testing its backup generator, not a city running completely on emergency power. That distinction matters. If you believe 16 hours guarantees a ketone-powered superbrain, you may ignore your actual body signals. The better view is metabolic flexibility. Your brain learning that food does not have to arrive every few hours for the system to stay online. Now, the focus effect. Why do some people feel mentally clear near the end of a 16-hour fast? Part of it may be lower digestive load. Part of it may be fewer blood sugar swings. Part of it may be the biology of alertness during food seeking. From an evolutionary perspective, a hungry brain could not afford to become useless. It needed to find food, solve problems, and move. But this is not a guaranteed upgrade. It is a possible state. In one controlled human study, 125 male participants completed a 16-hour fast, and researchers found an effect on fear extinction retention with follow-up effects reported months later. That is fascinating, but it is narrow. It does not mean fasting treats anxiety, trauma, depression, or any mental health condition. It means the fasting brain may interact with learning and emotion in ways researchers are still trying to understand. Think of the control tower again. Fasting does not make every operator smarter. It changes the conditions in the room. The noise from digestion may drop. Fuel routing changes. Hunger signals rise. Stress signals can rise too. In the right person, on the right day, that can feel like clarity. In the wrong context, it can feel like pressure. The adaptation period. If you have eaten breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for years, a 16-hour fast may feel rough at first. Johns Hopkins notes that it can take 2 to 4 weeks for the body to adjust to intermittent fasting. This matters because your first attempt is not a clean test of the method. It is a test of your transition. During adaptation, your brain may complain loudly. You may feel headaches, irritability, or low energy. Sometimes that comes from poor sleep, dehydration, accidental caffeine withdrawal, or making your eating window too small. The control tower can handle a fuel schedule change, but not if you also cut the power and remove the radios. This is where many people make the wrong conclusion. They think feeling bad proves fasting is either dangerous for everyone or magical detox pain they must push through. Both are too simple. Discomfort is information. Severe dizziness, fainting, confusion, chest pain, neurological symptoms, or dehydration are not badges of discipline. They are reasons to stop and get medical help. The safety gate. A 16-hour fast may be a common schedule, but common does not mean safe for every body. If you are pregnant, nursing, underweight, have a history of eating disorders, have diabetes, use insulin or sulfonylureas, take blood pressure medication, or have a medical condition affected by food timing, do not treat this as a casual challenge. Get qualified medical guidance first. For some people, the brain does not need a fasting experiment. It needs stable fuel. The practical takeaway is not never eat breakfast or fasting unlocks your brain. The takeaway is that your brain is more flexible than modern snacking makes it feel. At hours 0, it uses incoming fuel. By hours 4 to 8, it starts managing the gap. By hours 8 to 12, it defends glucose stability. By hours 12 to 16, it may begin edging toward more fat-derived fuel, while ketones remain modest for many people. The control tower stays open, but the fuel map changes. So, what happens to your brain when you fast for 16 hours? It does not become immortal. It does not automatically repair every damaged cell. It does not run entirely on ketones. It shifts from constant delivery toward controlled reserve management. The hunger alarm rings. The liver supports the runway lights. The backup generator begins to warm. And for some people, when the noise drops, attention feels cleaner. The real power is not suffering through hunger. It is understanding the signal. If your brain feels calm, steady, and clear, the schedule may fit you. If it feels chaotic, unsafe, or extreme, the schedule may be wrong for your biology right now. Fasting is not a personality test. It is a stressor and a tool. At 16 hours, the most important change may not be the fuel itself. It may be the realization that your brain was never as fragile as the snack cycle made it seem. The control tower can run without constant trucks, but it still needs a safe runway, a trained crew, and enough fuel to bring every plane home.